Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News. You're with me, Sarah Fonseca. Before we head into our stories, first we'll take a look at headlines.
300 employees admitted to the Dikoya hospital after food poisoning. Fort Railway Station celebrates centenary. 90% of the vegetable oil on sale are of substandard quality, says the Consumer Affairs Authority.
Today at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry into the bond scam, 7 witnesses from 3 state banks are expected to testify.
In Vasanta Kumara, the General Manager and CEO of People's Bank testified that before bond auctions which took place on the 29th of the 3rd month 2016 and the 31st of the 3rd month 2016, People's Bank, National Savings Bank and the Bank of Ceylon were summoned to the Finance Ministry for a meeting. At both meetings, former Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake had given specific instructions for the state banks to bid at low rates at the auction and instructed them the range and rates that they must bid at the auction. People's Bank had allegedly suffered a loss by following Karunanayake's instructions. The state banks have been instructed to bid 7.5 billion rupees each at the auction on the 31st of the 3rd month 2016.
Chairman of People's Bank, Hemasiri Fernando, is testifying before the Bond Commission at present. We will have more details of this story at 9 tonight. With that, we move on to more local news. Close to 300 garment factory employees in Norwood have suffered food poisoning.
Our correspondent said that the employees had fallen unconscious after they had eaten breakfast today. About 200 patients are currently receiving treatment at the Dikoya hospital.
The Consumer Affairs authorities have advised over 90% of cooking oil in the market is not up to acceptable standards.
The authority said that tests carried out on samples of oil obtained from across the country had revealed that the production of cooking oil is not up to standard. The authority had obtained samples of palm oil, coconut oil and vegetable oil for the tests. The tests have revealed that traders and other intermediaries dilute the cooking oil with various chemicals. The authority adds that therefore immediate steps will be taken to ensure that the standard of cooking oil is met. These steps will include making it mandatory for barrels that store cooking oil to be labelled with the manufacture date, expiry date and name of manufacturer of the oil.
The Cost of Living Committee that convened yesterday has decided to facilitate the hazard-free provision of imported essential food items.
Member of the committee, Minister Mahinda Amravira said limits set for the import of rice, dal, sugar, potatoes, onions and canned fish will be removed. These essential food items will be imported and sold at Satosa outlets. He added that the public will be able to purchase these items at a lower price. Meanwhile, the President last week had ordered to impose a 100% tax on imported onions. The price of 8 types of rice and sprouts were lowered from the 28th of last month under the instructions of the President during a meeting with the Living Cost Committee. The food items with lowered prices can be purchased from all Satosa outlets. Meanwhile, an island-wide program was implemented from the 2nd of October to provide coconuts at a relief price to the public. This program was carried out by the Coconut Cultivation Board under the guidance of the Minister of Plantation Industries, Navi Desanayake. Under this program, a coconut will be sold at a price of 65 rupees. The Coconut Cultivation Board said within the next 2 weeks, coconuts will be provided at a relief price covering all provinces. Steps have also been taken to provide coconuts at a relief price through all Satosa outlets.
Adding to the high numbers of fatalities on roads in recent months, a 22-year-old motorcyclist died in an accident that occurred in Vaskadua, Kalathara last night. A private bus travelling from Deniaya to Jaffna has collided with a motorbike. According to police, the reckless driving of the bus driver was the cause of the accident. The bus driver was arrested and is due to be produced before the Kalathara Magistrate Court today. Damages have been caused to several houses in Ampada Industrial Zone this morning by a group of individuals.
A personal dispute has resulted in 2 houses being destroyed by a group of people yesterday in Karasnagala, Nitambua. The group who had entered the houses by force has caused damages to one of the houses and has set fire to the other. Both the houses are said to be under the ownership of one person, and the group has also caused damages to several motor vehicles which were outside the house, including a motor car, a three-wheeler, a van and a motorbike.
Today a ceremony was held to mark the centenary of the Fort Railway Station in Colombo.
The ceremony was held under the auspices of Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, Nima Siripala de Silva. To mark 100 years, 4 new railway counters have been established at the Olcott Mawata station. A newly repaired S8 power set was commissioned under the auspices of the subject minister. A celebratory stamp was also launched as part of the commemoration.
The 8th SAARC Summit of Speakers and Parliamentarians will be held in Colombo today under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena.
The summit was first set up in 1992 to provide a forum to exchange ideas and information on parliamentary procedures and practices of the region. A committee meeting of parliamentarians of South Asian nations will also be held today in line with the summit. The summit is scheduled to conclude on the 6th of this month.
This is a wrap of lunchtime news. Do join us again at 1:55 with more news.